Right now, one of the most pressing questions in Washington is the impact of President Donald Trump's federal takeover of the Metropolitan Police Department. And part of that effort focuses on moving unhoused residents into shelters or treatment programs. But what happens if people refuse assistance? And is it legal for them to face fines or even jail time? Tonight, we'll get some perspective from Kelly Sweeney McShane, President and CEO of Community of Hope, an organization working directly with the city's homeless population. It's good to have you with me tonight.
Thanks for having me here today.
Can you start by describing just a little bit of what you're seeing on the ground right now with some of our unhoused population?
So I am personally devastated by what's happened today. My understanding is that the administration has cleared out today all the encampments on national park property. And starting soon this evening, that anyone that is within a 2-mile radius of downtown will be asked to go to a shelter, to leave, or will be arrested.
Okay.
People are scared, they're confused, and this is really happening with very short 24-hour notice. Things are very, very chaotic.
We were kind of going through some of the details here. The federal plan includes encouraging, or as you touched on, requiring some of these unhoused residents to enter shelters, treatment programs. From your experience, what challenges kind of exist in trying to implement that kind of plan? Can you kind of bring us into that perspective and conversation?
So this is a particularly difficult time in the District of Columbia. There's been a lot of challenges and conversation around the DC budget. There are fewer resources for housing because we know that people need affordable housing to become housed. There aren't additional resources for treatment. And the city is working hard in the moment to try to create more shelter. But again, with 24 hours notice, it's very hard to develop that, to staff it, to get places for people to go that are safe and where they feel comfortable.
What about people who refuse the assistance? We understand they could face fines, perhaps jail time. Is that legal under current city or federal law? And what are some of the potential consequences for those residents?
I don't believe it's legal. I don't think it should be. I mean, it really is trying to criminalize homelessness. And by putting someone in jail, that doesn't solve their homelessness. It doesn't address underlying health issues or economic issues. And it really is just sort of creating different problems where we really need to be focusing on the solutions. We know what's worked. The district has really worked to reduce homelessness, and we'd really love to see the federal resources spent on the solutions rather than on criminalization and dehumanizing.
I am wondering too, just on an emotional level, as we've seen these bulldozers come in to move some of these people's homes or camps and tents. What does this do to someone who's already in such a state of desperation, just from the conversations you've been having?
People already feel invisible and not respected, and just think all of your belongings are taken away. If you go to a shelter, you can only have 2 bags with you anyway. You can lose all of your documents. You've got to start all over again. And rather than focusing on things like finding a job or looking for housing or going to a health clinic like a Community of Hope, suddenly you're really struggling with, where are you going to sleep tonight? Am I going to be arrested? And trying to find places to feel safe again. So it's incredibly difficult and traumatizing for the people of this impacts.
Thank you for helping us understand this a little bit better. We know that, some of our neighbors are in some very fragile states. And so just to help us understand a little bit of what they're going through, we appreciate that. Kelly Sweeney McShane, appreciate your time tonight.
Thank you.